Hey there, so my name is Rachel Brown, and today I am going to be giving you my brief presentation on educational blogs and how they can be helpful for teachers, and then also specifically at the end, a blog that can help students with digital media citizenship and literacy of how to use that safely. So the first one that I have called TeacherCast, and this is a new one that I had not known about until doing research for this project, and I'm very excited to use it in the future. So the background of TeacherCast, it was created by a former teacher. His name's Jeff Bradbury, and his quote for this website of creating it was that it is a place for teachers to help other teachers. This website includes a vast host of things such as podcasts, screencasts, edited content from other teachers, hands-on workshops, either virtual or in person, social medias, videos, pretty much anything that you can think of. It is there for teachers to not only see the technology being carried out, but also learn how to use it and implement it in their classrooms. The other important thing to mention about this one is that he includes things for students all the way from pre-K who are just barely able to use computers, all the way up to high school and college students who are very literate already in how to use technology, but they need an extra challenge, or teachers need new activities to teach them to keep their interest and things like that. So here's a brief list of some pros and cons that I found of TeacherCast. One of the huge pros is that there's just so many different options for teachers to use here. As I mentioned, there's podcasts, there's videos, there's reading. If there's something that you want, you can probably find it on this website to use to help you. And again, as we mentioned earlier, it's made by teachers for teachers. So the activities that are here posted on this website have already been used by teachers. They've already been used in a classroom. So you know that generally, of course, you have to proofread them, but generally they are probably going to work in some capacity for your classroom. One of the big cons I found about this website, though, however, is that you do have to have a subscription for most of the items, which is just a yearly price, and you may be able to get your school to be able to pay for it or part of it for you. But as a teacher who may be in a pinch trying to find something or really struggling late at night and wanting to figure out something to help her kids in her classroom, it can be kind of hindersome because there aren't very many free options available. Also, the website seemed to be very confusing and very busy. If I'm a teacher who is not very media literate and I'm wanting to go on and try to learn how to do something, I would be very overwhelmed very quickly at the website, and I will show us pictures later on to show us what I mean. So coming up, I have a couple slides of some examples of TeacherCast, just for you to kind of be able to see what it looks like. Here is the home page that you come to when you first get there. If you look briefly up here at the top, there's the home, there's an about, the blog, I need help with, which we'll go into more detail in a few minutes, and lots of different other options here for you to be able to kind of navigate the website. When you click that I need help with, this is what it brings you to. So you can click on you need help with instructional technology, starting a podcast, building a website, building an education brand, and this bar here at the bottom allows you to scroll back and forth, and there are some other options on either side. So this is kind of where you can go and begin your journey of looking through TeacherCast. Now after this, it seems simple, but the part that got me really confused was once you clicked on one of these, it then took you to a page like this. And again, if I'm a brand new teacher looking at this, there's 20 or 30 resources here, and I really don't know what to click and what to look at, so it's just very overwhelming to look at. But all in all, I do think that it is a good website that teachers could use. It will just take some getting used to. Another one that I found was called The Organized Classroom. This one was also created by a former teacher. Her name's Charity Preston. And one random day in December, she woke up to her son having a seizure. And therefore, after that day, she was forced to become a stay-at-home mom due to her son's deteriorating health. So therefore, after being really heartbroken of not being able to be in the classroom anymore, she decided to create a blog to be able to teach other teachers about what she learned during her time in the classroom. And her website is pretty much, as her title is, The Organized Classroom. It is made to help teachers stay more organized in their classroom and be able to work more efficiently and have more time available to do other things with their students. She provides things such as workshops, videos, podcasts, and there's also several members-only items as well, just like the previous website. So here's some pros and cons. This was honestly my favorite website that I viewed and blog that I viewed of anything that I researched, and so it was very hard figuring out some cons just because it's something that I see myself using a lot in the future. But the biggest pro is that it provided so many different items for teachers to be able to use, such as labels for carts, labels for book bins, labels for bulletin boards, sample seating charts, lesson plan templates, bulletin boards. There was just anything that you could think of that you need to be more organized, she has it for you. She also has a small list of free items, and then she also has, for $5, you can buy a set of 250 organization materials as well. So the con is, again, that you do have to pay for a lot of the materials, but the cost is fairly cheap at only $5 as well. And here's a couple pictures of her website. Here is the first part, your homepage, I guess you could call it when you get to it. It says, welcome to your organized classroom. If you scroll down a little bit, there are some ways of how can I help you, and then you can choose what you need help with and then go from there. Here is a sample of some of her most recent blog posts that she has done, for example, organizing weekly plans, some poster freebies, a gratitude jar, a pocket chart, some self-care tips and aspects for you. So she does a whole host of different things that can also help you in your classroom. And here's a sample of some of the things that you can pay for. So for this, there's some tub organizers, there's some dice games, there's some organization for lesson plans, there's some number lines, there's lots of different information here that you can use. The final website that I viewed, was called Educational Technology and Mobile Learning. And this one was our website that focuses primarily on digital media and digital citizenship. So as a brief overview, this website was created originally by Ben Carbach, and he is a teacher in Canada. Since then, he has tended to hand off his website to where he kind of manages it and runs it, but lots of other people post on his website for him instead. And this whole website focuses on digital citizenship and how citizens can use the internet safely. This also included lots of different ways. So I know that in classrooms, some people use Apple, some people use Google, some people use Android, some people still use books. There's lots of different ways that different classrooms run, and so he provides ideas of how to use technology safely on all these different platforms for you in your classroom. And here are a few pros and cons for it. The website has lots of fun games and lessons and videos that promote digital citizenship, so there's lots of different activities to keep your students engaged. And again, just like our first website that we viewed, this also has many different activities for different ages and abilities for all students in all different grade levels. The biggest con of this website, however, was there are so many ads on the website that it was hard to read, and it was very confusing as ads kept popping up and you'd have to X out of them and another one would come up, and it was just very distracting, and I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. So here is, for example, one of the pages about videos to teach your students about digital citizenship, and if you can see just on this little section, there's 3 ads, and then if you scroll down there was even more, so it was just very confusing and hard to be able to read. And here are my references. Thank you. Have a good day.